In this video, we are going to talk about Venus in Jyeshtha Nakshatra, Pada, symbolism and more. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. Venus in Jyeshtha Nakshatra. What is Venus? Venus is the planet of relationships. Venus shows the overall quality of your relationship. Men and women both have Venus, so we all have the femininity within us. Venus is all about your ability to be compassionate, be kind, and be responsive. The martial energy is all about extrovert who wants to get things done and wants something. And Venus waits. Venus is absorbing. Venus is compassionate love energy. Now this Venus, which is all about relationships, sexual intercourse and marriage, beauty, art, artistic things, all these qualities of Venus or the significations of Venus. Now this Venus comes into the Nakshatra of Jyeshtha. What is Jyeshtha Nakshatra? The literal meaning of the word Jyeshtha is the eldest one or the superior one. Let's talk about the Jyeshtha Nakshatra. The Nakshatra of Jyeshtha ranges from 16 degrees 40 minutes of Scorpio to the 30th degree of Scorpio. And Scorpio is a water element sign. Is an emotionally intense sign. And it has 4 padas. First pada goes into Sagittarius, second pada goes into the Capricorn, third pada goes into Aquarius, and fourth pada goes into the Pisces. And fourth pada is very important. We'll talk about that when we talk about this pada. It's important because it is Gandanta pada. Now, what is Jyeshtha Nakshatra? The range of this nakshatra is 16 degrees 40 minutes to 30th of Scorpio. The deity associated with this nakshatra is Indra. And the symbolism associated with this nakshatra is earrings, and another symbolism associated with this Jyeshtha Nakshatra is circle as well. Now, let's talk about the qualities of the Jyeshtha Nakshatra. Jyeshtha Nakshatra is about, just like Indra, the highest quality of Indra is to take care of the people who are his subordinate, like who is his praja, okay, and taking care of the people who are dependent on them. That's the greatest, highest, finest quality of any Indra. And that is the ultimate nature of Jyeshtha on a higher side. And on a lower side, it has all the qualities like jealousy. And these people can stalk others. And these people can plot certain things against other people, like their enemies. And we have seen these qualities in Indra in all the stories. So these are the qualities of this Jyeshtha Nakshatra. But at the same time, Jyeshtha Nakshatra is capable of being the best into their sphere of field. They have the capacity to become the Jyeshtha, the superior most. And oftentimes these people get the senior management role or the senior role in their career. And even if they are not, eligible, something happens and they are given this responsibility. Even though there are certain other people who are capable and who are well deserved and all that thing, but somehow destiny allows these people to become the best one, become the Jyeshtha. Now, Venus comes into the Jyeshtha Nakshatra. The planet of relationship comes into the nakshatra, which is about the superiority. So these people have certain knowledge about the relationship. These people have certain instincts and deeper knowledge about relationships, which no one else have. Okay. And one more thing about these is when Venus comes into Jyeshtha. When Venus comes into the Jyeshtha Nakshatra, these people oftentimes have some secretive practice or a secret deity, and they are doing some kind of a meditation or some rituals or practice which they will not tell this to anyone. This is secret. Okay. Another thing is the theme of the Jyeshtha Nakshatra is they get the position of authority and superiority in the profession, and even in the family. I have seen that, let's say, a person with any Jyeshtha, let's say ascendant, moon, sun, any kind of a Jyeshtha prominent, let us say he is the younger son, still he becomes, or he has to act like an elder brother. He has to take responsibility of all the things, and that's what Jyeshtha does. Or whether you like it or not, whether you curse it for that, that's a different story. But that's how these people become Jyeshtha. They are offered the higher and authoritative role in their life. These people always keep check on their enemies and make sure to defeat their enemies by doing or plotting certain things against them. Okay, and on the downside, these people might even, do something which they might have to regret afterwards. One of the downside of Venus in Jyeshtha Nakshatra especially is relationship. This is a sexual nakshatra. Venus is all about sex and relationship. So these people have to be really careful when it comes to relationship, an intimate relationship with anyone, because these people might have a lesson to learn along the side of relationship. Like they might connect with someone and they will feel like a nightmare. That would be, the decision they will remember for a long, long time. And that's how the Jyeshtha Gandanta Pada works. Apart from the Gandanta Pada, all the three Padas of this nakshatra are sexual. Okay, so let's talk about them. The first Pada of this nakshatra goes into Sagittarius sign, and which is about Jupiter. Now, Venus is placed into the sign of Scorpio and is into the Pada of Jupiter and into the fiery sign. So, sign is watery and this is fiery. So, what it does show is these people have to internalize all their energies when it comes to their sexuality or when it comes to their pleasure. This is at the apex, this is at the highest point of their materialistic desires, because once they pass this nakshatra, they move to like Ketu and Sagittarius, like Mula and Sagittarius. That's where they become spiritual. And when I say they, all the people who are having Venus in the Jyeshtha nakshatra, the next nakshatra is the Mula nakshatra. After Jyeshtha, the Mula nakshatra, which is a spiritual beginning of the soul. Like from the sign of Sagittarius to the Pisces, it's altogether different journey of a soul. So Jyeshtha Venus makes person extremely sensual, extremely materialistic. Second Pada of this nakshatra goes into the Capricorn Pada, which is ruled by Saturn, which is a friend of Venus. Now Venus is in the sign of Scorpio ruled by Mars and is in the Pada of Saturn, his friend. And here this the Jyeshtha Venus becomes practical. He starts thinking about the possibilities. He starts thinking about the practicalities when it comes to relationship. He is not living in any dream world. Now he wants some concrete things in life along with his relationship. He wants practical expectations. He has practical expectations from the other person in the relationship. That's what Capricorn is. Now the third Pada of this nakshatra is also ruled by Saturn, but this is a different Saturn. This is an Aquarius Saturn, which is more social. So these people have a more social attitude towards the relationship. So at the backdrop of the Scorpion intensity, these people have the Aquarian humanity operating at its highest level. So these people are very generous and they like to connect with other people as well. Now the fourth pada. Fourth pada is a special pada of this nakshatra. The fourth pada is where the Rashi of Scorpio ends, where the nakshatra ends, where some other cycle of nakshatra and padas also end here. Okay, so there is pada which starts from Aries and ends at Pisces. So the one of those padas, one of those cycles end into the fourth pada of the Jyeshtha, which is into Pisces. Okay, so when Venus comes into Pisces, though it is exalted, there is a lot of pending karma around the relationship. These people have to understand the relationships and move to the spiritual realm. They have to transform their relationships and their desire for the materialistic things to the spirituality. And before that, they have to indulge into them. That's what Jyeshtha is. That's what Scorpio is. That's what 8th house is, the Scorpio. Now, here, the sign of the water sign is changing into the fire sign. This is not an easy place. This is the place where transformation is happening. And again, Scorpio is also transformation, is ending and turning into the fiery sign. Oof, too much is happening here. This is an important pivot point of a cycle of Rashis and the cycle of Padas and Nakshatra. Okay, so Venus, which is an important planet for relationship, coming into this Nakshatra, into this Pada, is a special placement with respect to the relationship. These people have to be really careful when they are getting into a relationship. That doesn't mean they won't have a great relationship, because there are so many other factors. What are those factors? You have Venus, you have Moon, you have 7th Lord, you have 7th Lord from Moon, you have 7th Lord from Venus, you have Darakaraka. And all this, it has to be validated through Dasha. And then it has to be a transit to trigger that event. Okay, so very few people have a tragic chart. All of us, we have a normal chart, we have an average chart, because only those with the acute karmas have ups and downs, the too good and too bad of effects of the karmas. Okay, now with the God's grace, we can change everything. Let me repeat that. With God's grace, we can change everything. And with for God, there is nothing impossible for him. Trust me, there is nothing impossible for God. So yes, this was Venus into the Jyeshtha Nakshatra, as much as I could hold, grasp and share with you guys. If you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, join my 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp. Link is in the description. Or if you want to get started into Vedic astrology, watch these 2 videos on your screen, sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and peace. Namaste.